taxi fare after each kilometer when the fare is rupees 15 for the first kilometer and rupees 8 for each additional kilometer. The taxi for the first kilometer I call as A1, that is equal to rupees 15, and the taxi fare for the second kilometer is equal to the cost of the first kilometer plus the for additional kilometers rupees 8, so that is equal to 15 plus 8, that is equal to 23. The same way the cost for the third kilometer is the cost of the second kilometer plus the cost of the additional kilometers 8, 23 plus 8, that is equal to 31, and the total cost for traveling 4 kilometers is equal to the cost of 3 kilometers plus additional kilometers 8, and in this case 31 plus 8, 39, and so on. And if you write all the numbers here, the cost for the first kilometer is 15, the second kilometer charge is 23, and if you travel 3 kilometers you have to pay 31 rupees, and if you travel 4 kilometers you have to pay 39, and so on. So it forms an AP because the difference is uniform. So D is a constant, therefore it forms an AP. The amount of air present in a cylinder when a vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder at a time. So here what you are seeing on the screen is, imagine the first case, I call this the first attempt. In the first attempt, out of the total volume, 1/4 of the air removed from the cylinder, and with the remaining air, again for the second attempt, what I mean, we are removing 1/4 of the air present in the cylinder, we are removing, and third case again we are removing 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder, like this we are removing. In fourth case we are doing like that way. And if you look in the process here, initially it removed 1/4 of the total volume. In the second case what happened is it removed 1/4 of the volume square, and third case removing 1/4 the volume of the total volume here 3, and 1/4 of the volume of the total case 4. And here the D is not a constant. D is not a constant. So when it is not a constant, automatically it is not forming an AP. So we can say this case it will not form not an AP. Okay, because the difference is not a constant. Now come to the third one here. The cost of digging a well after every meter of digging, when it costs rupees 150 for the first meter and rises by rupees 50 for each subsequent meter. The first meter I call as A1. For the first meter I am spending 100 rupees, and for the second meter I have to pay 150 plus 50, the difference 50 here. So in this case I have to pay 200. Now come for the third meter. Along with the rupees 200 I pay for second meter, I have to pay additional 50 rupees. So now it's the 250 rupees, and so on. The same way for fourth meter, the amount you paid for a third meter is 250, and the amount you are paying for additional meter is 50, it becomes 300. And if you write the numbers here as a 150 for the first meter, and up to 2 meters you have to pay 200, up to 3 meters you have to pay 250, up to 4 meters you have to pay 300. And if you analyze the difference here, so D is a constant. D is a constant, that is the difference is a constant in this case, therefore it forms an AP. The amount of money in the account every year when rupees 10,000 is deposited at compound interest at 8% per annum. So the compound interest formula is very simple one. Compound interest is equal to principal times 1 plus R upon 100 to the power number of years. Maybe I call the after first year A1. That is equal to principal amount is 10,000 and plus rate of interest is 8% per annum. So 8 upon 100, number of years 1, and in this case we have this one 10,000 plus 1.08 power 1, and that is equal to 10,800. So at the end of the first year, along with the interest, the total amount payable to the depositor is 10,800. When you come for the second year, at the end of the second year, again the same formula, principal amount plus 1 plus R 8 by 100, rate of interest is 8%, number of years 2. So when you go for this one, again 10,000 into 1.08 power 2, and in this case we get the answer 11,664. Okay, and again if you try for the next 2 years or 1 year like this way, so we go for the A3. So A3 is equal to, again that is at the end of the third year, principal amount 1 plus R upon 100 to the power n. In this case principal amount is 10,000 and the rate of interest is 8%, number of years 3, and that is equal to 10,000 into 1.08 power 3. When you multiply, you will get the answer 12,597.12. So now we have three different values, A1, A2, A3. We got this one. I'm writing those values and we'll analyze this one here. Now initially how much I paid? Now I paid 10,000 at the initial year. Then after that at the end of the first year I got 10,800, and at the end of the second year the total money received to me is 11,664, and end of the third year I'll receive 12,597.12. If you look into the difference between two consecutive numbers, in this case it's not a common. In the first case I got 800, whereas in the second case it's around roughly 1,600, it's around 864, and so on. So here the difference is not a constant, so D is not a constant here, so therefore it will not form an AP. So it is not an AP. It is not an AP.